Hello everyone. In this video we will go through in detail how to install a virtual machine in the latest version of Android Studio. First, make sure your Android Studio tools are up to date at the time you watch this video. To check, look at the right corner of the Android Studio screen. There is a gear icon. Click on it. Next, select Settings. A new dialog box appears. You can type the keyword update in the search box for quick search. After searching, the Check for Updates button will appear in the right window. Click on it to check for the latest updates related to Android Studio tools and related plugins and tools. Then proceed to update accordingly. After updating, we proceed to create an Android virtual machine. On the right side of the Android Studio interface screen, click Device Manager. Then you have options such as pairing the device via Wi-Fi, adding a new device. Click Add a new device. Then two options appear. You choose Create Virtual Device. A new window appears with a series of devices for you to choose from. By default, it gives us a list of smartphones. The more modern the smartphone versions, the more advanced the Android versions are supported. I will choose the Pixel 9 Pro XL device. You choose the device as expected. Then click Next. On the left side, we have device categories such as phone, tablet, Wear OS, desktop, TV, automotive. My needs only need a phone, so I choose the phone section. You pay attention to the supported Android operating system version that comes with the virtual machine you choose. This is very important. Then I click Next. The configuration screen appears. You name the device in the Name section. Then select API, which means the Android operating system version. Here I will select Android 16. Next, in the Services section, you leave it as default or select as desired. Next, in the System Image section, you notice that if a download icon appears, it means you do not have this operating system file on your computer. You must download the system image first. Then you can create a virtual machine with your system image. The yellow star to the left of the option indicates that it is the recommended version you should use. Now I click the download icon to download the operating system to my computer. Now you have to wait for the download to complete before you can continue. Note that during this process you must ensure a smooth internet connection and that your computer does not crash. At the same time, your computer should have at least 10 to 20 gigabytes of free disk space to run the virtual machine smoothly. Now you can relax for a few minutes. Go have a cup of coffee and then come back to continue. Download complete. Now you have the Android OS version you need to install on the virtual machine. Click Finish and you're done. Back to the Android Studio screen. The virtual machine you just created has appeared in the Device Manager section. I will introduce you to some functions in this window for your convenience later. First, API means the Android operating system version code. 36 means Android 16. Type is the device type. Here the device just created is a virtual device, so it shows virtual. Next, the triangle button is the button to quickly start the virtual machine. When you press this button, the previous session state of the virtual machine will be preserved and restored. The three dots contain other options such as cold boot, which means starting the virtual device from scratch. Pair wearable allows you to pair with a smart watch. For example, Edit allows you to edit the virtual machine such as name, API, services. In addition, we also have the duplicate section that allows us to clone the virtual machine. The wipe data section allows us to delete data in the virtual machine to free up the memory occupied by the device. When the device is running slow and sluggish, you can select this section to make the device run smoother. The Delete section completely deletes the virtual machine and its data from your computer device. The Show on Disk section shows you the location where the virtual machine's settings and data are stored on your computer device. Now you press the triangle button to start the virtual machine. The first time you start the virtual machine, it will take a little longer than usual. Similarly, during use, if the virtual machine is completely turned off, it will also cold boot from the beginning. Wait for the virtual machine to display. We will have a virtual machine device to use for the process of building mobile applications. For example, the virtual machine will initially only have default applications and features included. If you are programming Android, note that the Android version of the virtual machine you create must be set in the Gradle build file to ensure that the application can be installed and run smoothly on the virtual device you just created. You update the Compile SDK and Target SDK to support the latest Android version and click Sync now. After successfully syncing, I will try to build an application on the virtual machine to see if it works as expected. Great! The application has been installed on the virtual machine and displayed content on the screen. Thus, the installation of the virtual machine in Android Studio Tool is complete and successful. You can install third-party Android virtual machines if you want. Congratulations on completing the installation of the Android virtual machine. Don't forget to give me a like if you find the video useful.